Hello everyone, this is Molly from Group 1. Today we would like to discuss about IoT strengthening privacy and security measures to unveil vulnerabilities and advanced frameworks. I would like to discuss about IoT. So what is IoT? IoT is a network of internet connected physical objects that can collect and exchange data. IoT connects smarter devices together and makes life easier. IoT devices collect a lot of data about users, locations, etc. So by collecting these data raises a concern how the data is being secured and where it is being stored. What is the security? What are the security purposes of these? So to address these privacy concerns of this data, some measures are taken. Those measures are privacy by design. Manufacturers and developers should prioritize privacy, data minimization. These IoT devices collect only necessary data and ensure the data is safe, and data encryption and access controls and some regulations should be developed while developing IoT. So now coming to vulnerabilities, IoT vulnerabilities. So IoT coming to vulnerabilities, weak authentication and authorization. Many IoT devices lack strong security measures and make them vulnerable. Inadequate encryption, lack of regular updates, failing to update IoT devices with security patches on time can make IoT devices hacking, and unsecured communication protocols. These protocols lack encryption and authentication mechanisms and make them vulnerable. Physical tampering, if someone gains physical access to IoT devices, they can modify and steal the data. Na- Deepu.
So, so in order to ensure the security of IoT gadgets and networks, this is essential to protect sensitive data and maintain customer trust. So to achieve this, we can follow some important practices like encryption. Like encryption is turning information into a secret code that only authorized parties can understand, like it prevents unauthorized people from reading sensitive data. Solid authentication. It's important to have strong authentication methods to prevent unauthorized access to IoT devices, and systems like multi-factor authentication is one such method, which could involve using biometric verification, two-factor authentication. Regular software updates, like updating software frequently are essentials. Like manufacturers should provide easy to install updates to fix any potential weakness and enhance the overall security of their devices. Incorporating these practices can significantly enhance the protection of sensitive information and maintain a secure IoT ecosystem, inspiring customer trust in the technology. So coming to the role of regulations and standards in promoting secure IoT deployments. To ensure a safe and stable IoT environment, it's not just about taking precautions, but also following regulations and, in, and industry standards. Government and organizations understand the importance of IoT security and are creating frameworks to provide higher levels of protection. Here are some essential regulations and guidelines. GDPR. GDPR is an important EU law that focuses on safeguarding data and privacy rights. IoT companies' deadlines with personal data of EU citizens must follow GDPR rules to ensure customer protection and data security. NIST Cybersecurity Frameworks. So this was developed by NIST. This framework offers guidelines for establishing strong cybersecurity practices. Following these guidelines helps companies build robust security measures and manage IoT-related risks. IoT Foundation. IoT SF is collaborative organization that provides best practice guidelines and resources for improving IoT security. It supports the adoption of security technologies and continuous security measures to create a safer IoT environment. So ISO IEC 27001. This international standard defines the requirements for establishing, implementing, maintaining, and continually improving an information security management system. So, by following these regulations and guidelines, the IoT ecosystem can be transferred into a secure and trustworthy environment, gaining trust of customers and partners. So, the rest of the things will be continued by my group mates.
So coming to the types of IoT attacks, there are four types of security attacks that IoT deals with. They are physical attacks, software attacks, network attacks, and encryption attacks. So if you look at the physical attacks, these attacks involves physically interacting with an IoT device or network. So software attacks, these attacks exploit weakness in the computer programs running on IoT device or networks. Network attacks. These attacks targets the vulnerabilities in the connection between IoT devices and the network. Encryption attacks. These attacks focus on breaking the data encryption that protects the information on an IoT device or network. So if we talk about the privacy concerns, as the Internet of Things becomes more and more a part of our daily lives, there are some important privacy concerns that we need to be aware of IoT. IoT device collects lots of information, including personal and sensitive data, which could potentially be misused or leaked. People are worried about their data being exposed, losing their privacy, and being constantly monitored. To build trust in IoT technology and keep user data safe, we need to address some these security concerns. So to the the security concerns that we need to take are strong privacy policies. We need to have strict rules in place to protect user information. These policies should clearly state how data is collected, used, and stored. Encryption. Data encryption is like putting a secret code on your information, making it unreadable to anyone without the right key. User control. Giving users more control over their data is essential. People should be able to decide what information they want to share and what they want to keep private. By implementing these measures, we can create a safer and more private environment for IoT technology. This will help build trust among users and ensure that their data remains protected. In order to keep IoT device and network safe, we need to use some important security measures like encryption, authentication, authorization, firmware updates, best practices like setting strong passwords and disabling unnecessary features. So from here, my teammate will continue.
Enhanced IoT security framework. To improve the security of IoT applications, coordinate various devices and processes, and ensure safety at all stages of development. A powerful core edge of operating systems that seamlessly interact with IoT edge devices, enhanceability, durability. Data management and privacy compliance with data security, confidentiality, and protection laws to safeguard user process. Conclusion is that for the successful and effective Internet of Things, two main things are crucial. Ensuring devices are managed well and have physical control is important. Successful of IoT. This means making sure devices are functioning properly and can be controlled physically when needed. Communication protocols like MQTT and COAP plays a significant role in exchanging data over the network. However, one big challenge is security. To have a secure IoT system, strong measures, encryption, and access controls are necessary. To make IoT work well, a comprehensive approach is needed. Thank you, Professor. Have a good day.